seriously, I want you to ask yourself this question right now. What if everything you were told about success was a trap? Your teachers, your parents, the universities, they've all handed you a script, and you know exactly how this script goes.
Step 1. Go to school. Keep your head down, do what you're told, and get good grades.
Step 2, go to college and get a degree. It doesn't matter what it costs, just get that piece of paper, right? Because it's universally accepted as the only way forward. And step 3, the grand finale, magically get a good job. That's the formula. But nobody talks about this. For millions of people around the world, this exact playbook is not a stepping stone to wealth. It is a financial nightmare. It's a trap that takes decades to escape from.
Section 1. The shocking numbers.
$37,000. Let that sink in for a second. In the United States alone, the average student graduates with over 37 grand in student loan debt. But remember, that is just the average.
And this will shock you, but this isn't just an American problem. This is a global debt trap. Over in the UK, students are graduating with average debts of £45,000. In Australia, it's tens of thousands of dollars.
But let's look at the extreme end of the scale, because there are graduates out there who owe $100,000, $150,000, or even $200,000. In developing countries, entire families are literally sacrificing their complete life savings just so their child can get a simple piece of paper. They take on massive, crushing debt before their professional lives have even started. And this brilliantly illustrates the utter absurdity of it all. What is the reward for all that debt? An entry-level job paying roughly $35,000 to $45,000 a year. And that's before taxes. Contrast that with the sentence, it takes the average graduate 10 to 20 years just to pay off those student loans. Do the math. You spend 4 years of your life, take on massive debt, and enter the workforce already financially bleeding. That is not a head start. That is a massive financial handicap. Section 2. The broken college promise.
Now, what's truly terrifying is the sheer scale of the disconnect here. Nearly 40% of college graduates are working in jobs that don't even require a degree. We're literally talking about baristas with business degrees. We're talking about retail workers with engineering diplomas. The degrees simply did not deliver on the grand promise.
And the biggest companies on Earth know this. Modern titans of industry like Google, Apple, and Tesla have actually removed degree requirements from most of their job postings. Why? Because skills matter way more than degrees. They only care if you possess in-demand skills like coding, data analysis, or digital marketing. Skills that, by the way, you can learn online for a fraction of the cost or even for free. If you want the ultimate proof that you don't need a degree to succeed, just look at the billionaire dropouts. Bill Gates dropped out of Harvard. Steve Jobs dropped out of Reed College. Mark Zuckerberg dropped out of Harvard. The most successful people in the world didn't sit around waiting for permission from a university to start creating value. They built things. Here is the harsh truth from someone who is actively shaping the future. Elon Musk has publicly stated, college is not necessary for most careers. The smartest minds on the planet view the traditional university system as entirely obsolete when it comes to modern wealth creation. They know the old way is broken. Section 3. The hidden opportunity cost. Think about this. While you are spending 4 years on the college path, losing time in accumulating massive debt, what else could you be doing? If you took the investing path, taking that exact same money, say $50,000 to $100,000, and actually invested it in the stock market at age 25, by retirement age, it could grow to over $1 million. If you spent those 4 years building a business or learning real skills, you could be financially ahead of 90% of your peers before your classmates even toss their graduation caps. So the crucial point here is this. College doesn't just cost you money, it costs you time. And time is the most valuable asset you will ever have. Every single year you spend sitting in a classroom taking notes is a year you could have spent out in the world building real wealth. It literally steals your prime wealth building years right out from under you. Section 4. Build wealth without degrees. Here is the new formula. 1. Utilize online learning. Education is absolutely everything, but there is a massive difference between education and college. Platforms like Coursera and YouTube offer world-class education for free. 2. Learn high-income skills. 3. Start a business early, fail fast, learn fast, grow fast, using that energy instead of going into debt. And 4. Invest early. Let's break down that timeline and earning potential. Copywriting, web development, video editing, social media marketing. You can learn these high-income skills in just 6 to 12 months. And the annual earning potential? $50,000 to $150,000 a year. You can acquire these skills mostly for free and out-earn a traditional college graduate in less than a year. It's a total game changer. And if you want to see the sheer power of investing early, just consider this number, $200. Even investing just $200 a month, starting at age 18, instead of paying endless tuition fees, leverages compound interest to potentially make you a millionaire by retirement. Compound interest is infinitely more powerful than any piece of paper. The reality is undeniable. The 50-year-old playbook is dead. The world has changed. The rules of the game have completely changed. And sticking to the old way, following the path your parents took half a century ago, is financial suicide in today's economy. Now, to be completely fair, let's look at when college actually makes sense. There are exceptions. If you want to be a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer, these are highly specialized careers that genuinely require formal, heavily regulated education. We absolutely concede that. But for the vast, vast majority of people, the system is an expensive, outdated machine that only truly benefits the universities themselves. So I leave you with this massive, provocative question. Will you follow the outdated playbook, or will you build real wealth? The most valuable education you can get today isn't taught in a university lecture hall. It's financial education, understanding money, investing, and wealth building. Knowing the truth is the very first step to escaping the trap. If this explainer made you rethink the path you're on, make sure to seek out actual financial education because your future depends on it. Thanks for joining me as we broke down this incredible source